All right, hello everybody. Welcome to a new video. So something a little bit more low key. I know the three other videos that I've had on this channel so far have been more scripted stuff, but I wanted to try something a little different just because I wanted to kind of supplement like the bigger stuff that takes a little bit longer to work on with some smaller stuff that sometimes I just have these ideas of things I want to do, like today's video, where I do want to do this, but I also want to make a video of it, make it kind of like as corny as it sounds, or like a diary entry, right? Things that I can look back on in a couple of years and say, hey, those were games that I was thinking about. And boy, do I have some games that we're going to think about here. So essentially what I'm going to do, if you didn't know, if you were unaware, if you're unfamiliar with the gaming landscape right now, 2025 has been massive. It has been a massive year for games. I mean, just huge heavy hitters of just all-time greats. And then also just a bunch of smaller games that I've been really interested in, but I haven't had the time to get to, unfortunately. All these games that have come out already, we're saying, sorry. You know, we'll talk about those maybe another day. Right now, what we're going to talk about is every game that has yet to come out in 2025. And we're going to kind of just go through this list that we have on IGN here and just look through them and add them to a list and kind of just get an idea for what the rest of my year in gaming is going to be. The thing is, I have limited time. As much as I wish that wasn't true, as many of these games that I really want to play, this will be me sort of thinning the herd a little bit, because I had a list that was very similar to this, but I included pretty much everything that I had an inkling of wanting to play. Will that be this list as well? Will that turn into this list? Absolutely it will, 1000%. What we'll do maybe at the end is go through and rank them and I'll try to give myself an idea of like what's most important to get to before the end of the year. And again, this is not including any games that came out earlier in the year that I do still want to get to before the end of the year, like Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go through it and just kind of see what we do here. So I wanted to start with September 4th because Hollow Knight Silksong came out. A lot of gamers took over their life, and it has mine. So that's all I've been playing. So I kind of want to start from when Hollow Knight took over. I know that they technically have already been released then at that point, but you know, I'm just curious to see if I missed anything. And honestly, right here, Hell Is Us, I'm gonna add right away. That is a game that, if you're not familiar with, is very interesting. It's got sort of like a Kojima flair to the storytelling. So it's got kind of like these horror elements. It's very exploration heavy, and I feel like a lot of people missed it just because Silksong ended up coming out on the same day. But I've heard very good things about the world itself and the way exploration is handled with no mini-map, no compass, nothing like that. Very interested in seeing how that works. Jet Runner was one that I had on my list, and then I don't think that's making this one. It looks very similar to a Neon White, which I loved that game. You know, I just played that one a couple years ago. I don't know that I necessarily need another one right away. I don't even know if there's any reviews for this game. No, there are no reviews for Jet Runner. Well, maybe it's one word. No, there are no reviews for Jet Runner. It looks cool, but there's just so many other games this year, and there's a couple other ones that are very locomotion based that I would rather get to, and I think we'll get to those on the list here in a second. Or actually, I think it was up here. Metal Eden. If I'm playing a locomotion, you know, shooter type, I would probably end up playing that instead. God, they really actually have everything on this. Like, they've got the DLC for the Switch 2 version of Outlaws on here. So, okay, we're not gonna miss any games. Chronos. That's a tough one, right? I do want to play Chronos. Bloober Team's remake of Silent Hill 2 was really good, but if I'm going to play a survival horror game from this year, I'll probably just wait for Silent Hill F at this point, which I think is later this month. So I don't think that one makes the cut. Now here's one that does though. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, baby. You know what it's about. You know what it's about. Is this just a basic golf game? It's kind of low effort from Bandai Namco, kind of just like taking over a PlayStation franchise. Yes, absolutely. Do I miss a golf game in my life? 1000%. Mario Golf on the Switch, fine game. But God, I need more. You know, I need more than that. Plus, it'll just be a good one for like when football's on Sunday. You know, play it on the portal, kick back and relax when it's the teams I don't really care that much about. Oh, sweet God. Oh no. Here's one on this list that I am interested in playing that I don't actually have to add onto this list because I'm already playing through it with friends. And you know what? It's pretty dang fun. Oh, and if you're curious what games I've already played for the year, I do have this too. This is my 2025 ranked. This is not in ranked order. I don't want to spoil ranked order. I played 19 games enough to consider them able to be put on a ranked list, right? Oh man. It says I've only played 14 of these. I gotta log some of these. So that's what we're looking at as far as what I've played so far this year. Oh, here, this is what I want to captured. What is captured? This is very poltergeist. October, wait, what? Analog horror game where you there are so many ads. Captured is an analog horror game where you capture anomalies on camera to escape what seems to be an endless hallway in your own home. Okay, it's giving PT. It's giving Phasmophobia. It's giving, I don't want to play it. You only have 2 moves, IQ 155. LEGO Voyagers just came out. That's one that I'm interested in, but there are enough co-op games that I already have on my list of things I want to play that I just don't foresee myself getting to Voyagers. So I have no idea what this is. A remake of a PS3, PSP game. Probably not gonna play this then. Didn't Baby Steps move its release date? Is that still coming out in September? No, yeah, still coming out September 23rd. Okay, but you know what? Let's add it to the list. I think it looks funny. The gameplay, if you're not familiar, is meant to be infuriating.
I was just trying to catch it with my, sorry.
With your foot, yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to...
You just kicked, you thought, I'll give it a good kick to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult
Yeah,
game.
so like that style of like very, almost like Smiling Friends humor, just very conversational. So I'm curious. I'll give that one a shot. Let's put it on the list. Why don't we? It's on the list. I can't. It cannot be removed. Hades 2, instantly on here. Absolutely will be playing Hades 2. What the hell was that? Did anyone else see that? It was a really long game name. Okay, I'm gonna have to catch what that was in post and figure out what game that was. That was wild, okay. But Hades 2, instantly. This will be a Switch 2 day one. Cannot wait to play. Loved Hades 1. Yeah, just like really frantic isometric gameplay. The roguelike nature, very well done. At least for the original. Very excited. The artwork is just gorgeous. Like, oh my god. Like, come on. It's one of those games that I will play on Nintendo Switch 2, and then I will also play it on PS5 when it comes. It just seems to be that damn good. We've already got 4 games that I'm interested in playing, and we are only still in September. An embarrassment of riches this year, guys. 2025 is kind of one of the most goated years of video games I think I've ever seen. Silent Hill F, absolutely, we're adding that one. My first Silent Hill game, well, was PT, but we don't count that one. And then I played the 2 remake last year and loved it. If you watched my top 10 of 2024 list, it was on there. So you probably, if you've seen that, you already know how much I love it and how much I think it's just a beautifully twisted game. Obviously a different team working on F. I'm really hopeful that it's good. My one fear is the like melee combat that seems very like third-person action. I don't like comparing everything to Souls-like games, but this does feel very Souls-like. Here, let me pull up a video. I mean, there's like a lock-on indicator. You've got your little like health bar and like stamina bar down there. I'm interested to see how this works. My fear is that eventually you're gonna get so good at this combat system that nothing is scary anymore. So Silent Hill F, followed by, on the same day, come on now, actually the same day as Hades 2 as well. So Silent Hill, you're sitting on the back burner. And then Sonic Racing Crossworlds, also sitting on the back burner once Hades 2 comes out. However, this game looks so fun. Early previews seemed pretty interesting. You've got like SpongeBob and Patrick in the game, I'm pretty sure. You've got Joker. You've got the people from Minecraft. SpongeBob and Patrick, Pac-Man, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, Clyde. The whole gang's here. Clover Pit, which is supposedly like Balatro, but for slot machines. I don't know what that means, and damn it, I don't even want to click on a video to watch it. I kind of just want to figure out what that means from from that. Hotel Barcelona is a game that I have heard about, but I don't know really anything about it, so let's look that one up. Take a look at the first gameplay from Swery and Suda51's collaboration. I didn't know it was Suda51. Hotel Barcelona, a violent side-scrolling action game with a blood-splattered grindhouse aesthetic. It's gonna be hard to play this after having played Silksong so close, and then also, just before I played Silksong, I played the Rogue Prince of Persia. So this might be a hard sell on a new, like, 2D platformer, like, action game. Yeah, I don't know. It seems interesting, it just doesn't seem like maybe the right time for it, at least with so much else coming out around it. But this, you know what? This will be one I wait for reviews on. And if everyone's like, yo, Hotel Barcelona, oh, NBA Bounce! Nah, I'm good. Pac-Man World 2 repack, slated to play the first Pac World. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. This is one where I don't even feel like I want to play it that badly. I feel like I need to play it. Being able to play it on modern hardware, I mean, I'm interested in giving it a shot, but this will be low. This will be low on the ranked list by, like, not for like the end of the year, but like for whether I play it or not. I played Fire Emblem Engage earlier this year, and that was really my first tactics game, and I'm not like super itching for another one yet. I feel like everybody was talking mad shit about the art style, and I don't know. I think it looks fine. It's not like incredible. I think they definitely could have went further with it, maybe done like an HD 2D style thing, even though I know that's kind of oversaturated a bit at this point, especially, well, specifically from Square Enix. But yeah, I think it looks fine. I think they could have done a little something more with the background to really make it look more modern. But from what I hear, the story is incredible, the gameplay is incredible. I feel like, to call myself a Final Fantasy fan, I have to play this game at some point. I'm interested to see what the diehards of this game say about this remake and how they feel about it. It'll go on the list. I feel like I probably will get to it before the end of the year. Okay, we are out of September because this is all just Q3 stuff that, let's be honest, probably isn't actually coming out. So let's jump over to October. I feel like we kept it pretty slim, right? Like, this is not too bad. It's 8 games, but I'm never getting to any of these. All right, so October, right? First one, right out the gate, Ghost of Yotei. I loved Ghost of Tsushima, right? That game absolutely ruled. And just Sucker Punch, man. They have really crafted something here that has kind of set them in the upper echelon of PlayStation studios that I cannot wait to see how they take that game that was already amazing, already what a lot of people would consider a masterpiece, and turn that up to like the next level, right? It's one of those games where I'm excited for it. I don't think about it really that often, but I know as soon as October 2nd hits, right, this is my life for a couple weeks until I've completed it and gone through all of it. If this does not make my top 10 by the end of the year, I would be shocked. Like, I will be shocked if this is not a top 10 game for me. So Bye Sweet Carol is a game that I have heard of, and I like this artwork, so I've kind of just put it as one that I want to check out. I mean, straight away, this is gorgeous artwork. Like, this is insane. It looks like Anastasia? Is that the name of that movie? Yes, okay, Anastasia. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful artwork. However, not really my kind of game. You know, this is like adventures game. Jesus. Oh, that's spooky. Okay. Not super my bag, but I think this artwork is gonna carry it so hard in a way that I can't not put it on the list, right? I can't not put it on the list. That is so unique looking. Look, I'm probably not getting to it, but I've got to put it on the list as one of just, what a unique looking game, you know? If there's a unique game out there that you're like, I'm somewhat interested in this, you got to put it on the list. Otherwise, number one, I will forget it. I will absolutely forget this exists in like a week. Number two, just as like respect to the game. I mean, they did a great job there, at least with the look of it. So curious to see how it plays. All right, it's time to have the discussion. Battlefield 6 or Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I am not frequently a Call of Duty person. The last Call of Duty I played was Modern Warfare, the 2019 one, not the one from 2013 or whenever it came out. And the last Battlefield I played, well, actually I did play the last Battlefield, and I did not like it at all. However, the previews for the last Battlefield were not very good. The previews for Battlefield 6 seem to be really good. People seem to be enjoying it. And I'm not always like down for like a shooter like this. But every once in a while, every few years or so, I get like a hankering for it. The thing is they're a month apart from each other, so that makes it more difficult. Battlefield 6 coming out sooner. I'm gonna put them both on here. We're not to Call of Duty yet, but I'm gonna put them both on here. Dreams of Another, man, that's coming out this year. I don't even know what you do in this game. They announced it, yeah, it was 7 months ago at a State of Play. I just don't even know what the game is, man. Yeah, you shoot stuff to build it. What does that end up consisting of gameplay-wise? That I don't know. I do not know. It's another one that I'm like, I gotta put it on here, right? You can't stop me. I know you're trying, but you cannot. Pokemon Legends Z to A. I have a Pokemon review on this channel. I probably won't be playing it. you probably know how I feel about Pokemon if you've seen that. Keeper, man. Keeper looks super cool. I don't have an Xbox, and I don't know that my PC would be able to run it, because I just don't know how intensive it is. Double Fine is just such a cool studio. They make such interesting games, and this seems like kind of a smaller one from them, something just kind of to fill in until their next big game. But man, it's just beautiful, like the color, and yeah, like, oh my god, these palettes are crazy, right? Like, am I wrong? I don't know. This one looks pretty great, and you play as a lighthouse. It doesn't get more unique than that. Well, okay, it probably does. If you go too unique, you end up like Bubsy, a cat in a shirt. Was unique at the time, I have to imagine. But yeah, just a beautiful looking game. I'm adding it. If my PC can run it, I'll be playing. Ninja Gaiden 4, baby. Let's go. I have not played a 3D Ninja Gaiden game. I wanted to maybe play 4, or sorry, not 4, the remake 2. Before we got to 4, at this point there's just no time, but god, this looks so cool. This like fast-paced action of it's incredible. Like the way you can build in like combo skill expression, the aesthetic of it, like cyberpunky, like pink and blue and stuff like that. The neons. I hope to god it's good because character action is not dead, but just put to the corner because of Souls-likes. They've kind of taken over the action genre. Ninja Gaiden, time to bring it back, my friend. So Dispatch, that's one of the games, the reason I wanted to redo this list, because that just got a release date, and I am all in on Dispatch, okay? Ex-Telltale devs, so that like choose your own adventure style, mixed with like not necessarily like management sim, but there's like very sim-like elements where you're, I guess management sim. You're sending people out on specific missions. You're like, this superhero is good at, flying so they can get the balloon out of the tree and stuff like that. That mix of gameplay styles is really interesting to me. I love the animation style. It's so cool. It just looks like a TV show. Like this is a video game. This is a video game. Like, this is where we're at, man. So yeah, I love the animation, what I would want an evolution of a Telltale game to be. Not just story, adding a little bit of extra gameplay into the mix. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I've played Plants vs. Zombies, however, Plants vs. Zombies is kind of the bomb, so I'll probably end up playing this again. But I'm never going to forget about Plants vs. Zombies, right? So that doesn't need to go on the list. Not that I'll forget about Battlefield 6, but Once Upon a Katamari. Yeah, I mean, it's Katamari. If you're not familiar with what Katamari is, you have a ball, and you roll over stuff to build that ball out like a snowball, and then you just keep rolling stuff up until, like, you roll up the universe. Outer Worlds 2, never played Outer Worlds 1. Arc Raiders, little extraction shooter. If friends hop on, I might just jump on for a little bit and just give it a try. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, that's pretty cool. Mina the Hollower, Yacht Club Games, who made Shovel Knight. I am very, very interested. Everything I've seen, I don't love. It feels very like almost Game Boy style, right? Maybe Game Boy isn't the right word, but I don't know. Something about it feels like not Game Boy original, but Game Boy Advance. Something about it just, I don't know. That's not my favorite era of games. I don't have like a huge level of nostalgia. I mean, I had a Game Boy Advance, but I certainly wouldn't go back to play most of those games nowadays. Yacht Club Games, they made Shovel Knight. I trust them implicitly. All right, that is all for October. Let's move on to November. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I have yet to play Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like once I've played that, this might be more appealing. I don't love Musous all that much. I mean, with Dynasty Warriors having come out at the beginning of the year, this doesn't super appeal to me right now. Like, if I had known this was coming out, I probably wouldn't have played Dynasty Warriors just to make sure that I play the one with an IP I care about more. Yeah, I don't know, it'll go on the list. It'll probably end up low on the list. Unbeatable, let's go. That is on here. But yeah, just a really cool art style. You don't normally see this distinct of an art style with rhythm games. At least usually I don't. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But yeah, it just seems so cool. Got pushed all the way to November. I think that was supposed to come out sooner, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited too. I mean, just look at this. It's so stylish. It's so stylish, guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, hell yeah. SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, baby. Come on. Follow up to the Cosmic Shake from a few years back, which was a spiritual successor to Battle for Bikini Bottom. One of my favorite childhood games. I feel like that's anyone who grew up in this era and loved SpongeBob played Battle for Bikini Bottom. Cosmic Shake wasn't perfect. There was stuff I didn't like. It wasn't very collectathon based. I don't know much about whether we're going in that direction again with Titans of the Tide or if we are doing more of the collectathon. So Constance, again, gorgeous artwork. That is always going to be a huge selling point for me. The movement looks fluid. I believe it's a Metroidvania style game, which after playing Silksong, it's a little bit harder to sell me on, but yeah, just very color based. You got a little paintbrush, just seems cute. My big hope is that maybe it's kind of a shorter game and I'll be able to fit this in before the end of the year. All right, and that is all of November. So let's go to December, and I think there's even less in December. Metroid Prime 4, though. I mean, come on. Octopath Traveler 0, another series I have never played. I mean, it is that 2D HD art style that I was saying is getting a little bit oversaturated. Same day as Metroid Prime 4, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, Octopath. And then we're done. There's some stuff that just doesn't have dates yet. Oh, one to add on here. I don't think this comes out this year. Power Wash Simulator 2. So let's go through, let's rank them. I already know Metroid Prime goes higher. Hell's Hustle goes somewhere middle. I feel like this is going to be controversial, but I feel like this has to be kind of high. I'm going to put it above Final Fantasy Tactics. I gotta be honest, I think I'm putting both of these pretty low. I mean, By Sweet Carol is such a cool art style, but not really my type of game. Rival Warriors is going to the bottom, unfortunately. Yeah, this is feeling right, hype-wise. Yeah, that's looking right to me. I think these are definitely the big three. These are where we're getting into will play, but I have some hesitance about them. And you know what, actually, oh god, you know what? I said it looked right, it doesn't. Everything above this line is where I think I will end up playing. Yeah, this feels like a good list of stuff that I am most interested to play. But thank you if you sat through all of this, and if there are games that you're interested in that maybe I didn't even see on the list or maybe just scrolled right past, let me know. I'd be curious to see what you guys are looking to play still for the end of the year, and look forward to the end of the year list, my top 10 games of 2025. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of more like a low-key video, just unscripted, hanging out, going through games. But yeah, thanks for watching.